What's up, Z-Trip?
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
I'm at Amoeba Records, and we're about to get into what's in my bag.
This, I own it,
great record.
I need it. Black Heat, Love the Life You Live, which is a remake of a Kool and the Gang record, Love the Life You Live. Back in the day, breakers used to break off of this.
Derek B, Bad Young Brother, as a 12-inch from the UK, and he was from the UK, and Profile Records put it out. There's a 12-inch of Bad Young Brother that has an instrumental, which I've never heard, and there's a remix of it, so this is sort of like, for $3, the hip-hop kid in me is bugging out.
Yo, D, show him how you do it.
This is just for nostalgia's sake, which Z could kind of tell you. This was the ultimate breaks and beats, which was very instrumental in the early days of hip hop. A breakbeat record that had a bunch of very famous breaks that DJs used to cut. And then this is the special DJ pack in which they give you 2 records already.
This 45 with Dave Lombardo on drums from Slayer, and he's an incredible drummer.
I was overwhelmed, so I started digging through records, and then something came on the speakers in the store, and I actually pulled out my iPhone and Shazammed it, and I found out that it was this. And it's actually called What It Is. And it's a bunch of funky soul and rare grooves. And I'm really stoked because it's 4 discs and it's a whole bunch of stuff on here. So.
Pokey was a pig, Ham was a sham. Oh, what a show.
Bad Boys featuring K-Love. This is a big record for me. I heard this on the radio. I used to listen to Mr. Magic and Red Alert on WBLS and on Kiss FM in New York. This is one of those records where I heard it and there's this beatbox break in the middle and I lost my mind. I was like, I have to have this.
This is a very, very important record to me, and I'm absolutely positively not going to tell you why. Just know it's a very important record in my life and in my career, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Nazareth, Razamanaz. It's kind of straight up rock beat, kind of like the song Rock and Roll from Led Zeppelin. Same energy, same sort of power. So defined it for $3. Super stoked. It's a song that probably not a lot of people know, but I grew up listening to this band and super big fan of them. So that was my first find of the day. Another record that was huge for me was Chuck, Chillout and Kool Rhythm is the Master. This is one where they sampled Once in a Lifetime from the Talking Heads. And I used to cut, there's an acapella on here, and I used to cut the shit out of this acapella. But behind it was Kool and Toni Smith. It's like 8 minutes long of just really sort of programmed drums and really chill sort of jazzy style, but it's really not even an amazing song. It just, when it came out, it hit me so hard because I'd never really heard rap and jazz really come together.
This is another blind purchase.
Oh, wow.
All this says is Rufus featuring Chaka and Test Press. I have no idea what song this is.
That's great.
So I'm gonna roll the dice because it may be something that I really, really want, and it may be an instrumental on it.
That's something that ain't right. I declare I'm well aware. I felt the angels bite.
By the way, speaking of spur of the moment, I don't know if you guys know about this, but there's a break on this now. This is too. You know about this? Shake It to the Right by Sanford and Townsend. And it's a disco break that nobody really knew about, but now I've totally blown it up, so.
and you got 2 copies.
And there's 2 copies to match my other 2 copies.
I have rare tracks from Pete Rock and CL Smooth. It's all of the classic records, but every last one of them says remix on it. So I'm really curious to hear if there are versions that I don't have of these records.
I reminisce so you never forget this. The days are way back, so many bear witness the fitness. Take the first letter out of each word in this joint. Listen close as I prove my point.
My partner in crime on the road is Mad Skills. I actually found a 45 of the 2003 wrap-up, which was probably my favorite wrap-up. He's in the store and he doesn't even know I have this, so I'm not even gonna tell him. I'm just gonna play this at sound check.
Nice.
Thank God I'm a southerner, cause you know it's over once you got the Terminator for your governor. Outkast was wildin'. Video of the year goes to Drake.
Mixmaster G and the Turntable Orchestra.
That was the Godzilla record.
Yeah, from '85.
Yes.
For the longest time on a cassette, I had about a minute and a half of this song. I had no clue what it was, who it was. All I knew is that they kept saying, like this, right? And I was like, what the fuck is that? And one day I was flipping through records and I came across this 12-inch and it said, like this. And I was like, fuck, that's the song. And I took it home, never heard it, put it on, I was like, that's it! And I got to hear the whole 5 minutes before that I never heard. There's rapping, there's other cuts. I was like, this is... So for me, this was a very seminal record in my world. It's funny because if you look at it, back in the day, the DJ would come first. DJs would make their own records and have rappers get on them. And after a while, the rappers sort of took front seat. But it used to be, you know, Chuck Chillout and Kool Chip. It used to be Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. And somehow it turned into Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. And before you know it, then there was no mention of the DJ. So these records are huge for me because they're sort of the blueprint to what we do.
Absolutely.
Amoeba.